Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to another one-on-one. Today with me is the one and only OGGM. How you doing this morning?
It's me. I am fine, thank you. It's a lovely morning.
It is a gorgeous morning here in sunny California. Had a busy morning with getting the boy off to school. His last year of high school.
Not a
He
boy
gets out
anymore.
in May. May. I mean, when did you get out of school? So like August or something?
For high school,
Yeah.
August. Yeah, really. Yeah,
Yeah, they really rolled it back. And they get a lot more days off, a lot more vacation time.
yeah.
Must be nice. So what have you been up to, man? We had a fun
uh,
game Saturday.
I hope so. It's. I hope people are enjoying it. It's hard to tell, but I hope they're enjoying it. I'm always my worst critic. So,
So
uh,
real quick before you answer that question, how long have we been playing on Saturdays? Like a year
2
or
years,
so,
I
or
think,
has it been
a year or
more?
so, or two or so. Yeah, I don't know.
Really? Okay, that's what I kind of thought. Wasn't sure. We should go back and see and have like an anniversary game or
Hold on,
something.
my phone's ringing.
No
Hello.
worries. As you may know, on every other Saturday, off grid, excuse me, OGGM. I was just thinking about off grid
Thank
because I didn't want to make that mistake. We've been playing every other Saturdays, different games with RPG Grandma.
Yeah,
Cal Van Oni was in our group.
would like a few more
Uh,
players, but it's hard to find them.
Married with Gaming, Mike and Jen.
Yeah.
Are they in the chat? Let's go see.
No, I don't know if anybody's in the chat, but that's okay.
Nope. I normally do like a quick
Little
little
bit.
video in the morning and then just a chill stream hangout. But I've been trying to get you on because you've been doing a lot of crazy stuff,
Have
and I got some questions about that. So what have you been up
I?
to?
Well, let's see. What have we been up to in Nevada? We just published OGGM Comics Wanted, a collection of NPCs during the month of March. See it today. Various supervillains ranging from level 1 through level 10. All of them based on an idea that Cat Monroe gave me. Each one of the characters related to one of my subs.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there. We're having a little technical difficulty with your audio.
Hold on.
Let me
If I
see.
put my sometimes helps. I mean, apparently if I put the headphones in, it helps. I don't know why, but it does. Hello? How's that?
A little better.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
Yeah. So as I said, we are here in Fresno, Nevada. I just finished posting up on Drive-Thru a product called OGGM Comics Most Wanted. It's all the characters during the month of March, during Mega Power March. Every one of the characters in the book dedicated to one of my subscribers, dating all the way back to my first subscriber. Who knows? Maybe Shadow and Son's got a character in there. He's gonna have to buy it to find out. So that's the most recent product that's on Drive-Thru. It's $6 on Drive-Thru. Of course, we have Vigilantes for Shadow Dark 2.0. Still only $10. The best-selling #1 superhero role-playing game for Shadow Dark, because it's the only superhero role-playing game for Shadow Dark. So that way I can say I'm the best-selling and #1. And yeah, so this is my superhero role-playing game of the year. And then currently I am working on a fantasy setting called Whale Keep or Whale Lords, which my players, including Shadow and Sun, were adventuring on. My giant whale corp city punk pulp pirate setting, which will hopefully be available for Rudiger's and OSR. I don't know, June, July, August. So I'm working on that. I'm working on the first official city guide to the legendary fictional city of Nevada, which will be a more in-depth look at the town and all the different incarnations of the town. This was an idea given to me by Daniel from Driving and Dragons because he wanted to use it in his upcoming product. So he has my permission to use it. So I figured I should make an official settings guide for that. And then, I don't know, I'll probably cycle back to superheroes again next year, assuming I'm still here.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Once us gamers,
supers or something. People have said that using Shadow Dark kind of handicapped me, so we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, why Shadow Dark instead of your own thing?
I don't have an own thing, but Shadow Dark was the flavor of the month, and I asked, if it was okay with Kelsey. And as I've said since day one, I will sell out. I hitched my wagon to Kelsey Star to see if making a superhero role playing game for Shadow Dark would have an audience. And I think a lot of people have said they really like it and are enjoying it. People have reached out to me and want to help and make it better. So yeah, I guess there's an audience. Obviously, Shadow Dark Modern is not as big as Shadow Dark Fantasy, but we're we got me and Victor doing.
Right, right. I'm trying to get him on the show, but with the time differences, it's
Yeah,
difficult. I check out all his stuff as well. I don't think I got the last one though.
Blacklight or Streets of Magic.
Streets of Magic.
Yeah. Streets of Magic looks fun. I had him on. We talked about Streets of Fire, and um, he's already working on another one because the guy just never rests. So he inspires me to keep working.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
What's up, Hungar? Um, so if you want, you can send me over through private chat any links to any of your stuff, and I can throw them in there for people now, and then I can try to put them in later as well in the
Sure. For those of you who don't
comments.
know where my stuff is, it's all available on Drive. My website is, OGGM at YouTube and OGGM Adventures at those are the two places to find me. Uh, Here we go. There's also POD, but um, I don't really think it's I'm very sketchy about making it POD. It's like if it was bigger, maybe for like the 100 pages that it is, it doesn't feel like it should be. I'm happy with people just having the PDF. But in case anybody wants a POD, there is a POD available.
Yeah, I'm a big POD guy. I wish drive through would take more of my money. I would throw a lot of money at them, but they just something about our channel or something from back in the day. I don't know. I've never said anything bad about them. I like their stuff.
Are you
Everything.
banned?
I don't know. They just won't take my money.
Oh,
And they've said your bank isn't asking for the money when I've been online on the phone literally with my bank saying is anything coming through, click buy it now, credit card's good, it's not bank card, whatever, it's all good. I make purchases prior to that to see if my card's working, and I might have ruffled some feathers being friends with other people, maybe
I don't
somebody
think
went
so.
through.
That's not
Well,
really what they do.
the Red Room or Avenger back in the day, or maybe they just didn't like something we said about them not taking our money and they made it permanent. Although, to be fair, last month or the month before, they sent me a $5 gift card so that I could purchase a PDF to see if that would work. And it did. And I was able to get the free PDF and then review it on the channel and thank them and everything, you know. And then I went right back after the show to try to buy something, and like they won't take my money. It's
Hmm.
crazy because I'm retarded with how much money I spend on game stuff every month. I should be doing something else. I'm sure, but you know how it is when
Each for their own. I don't spend a lot on game stuff actually. I hardly ever
but
buy game
it's
stuff.
just, I have no problem with Amazon. I have no problem with Lulu. Where's the other place? I guess that is the only places I buy stuff. eBay, of course. You have a problem yeah, when you have to when you have to have Home Depot deliver uh, totes to put stuff in. Just saying. Uh,
Not a problem I have, but yes, I do know the
the
need to
first step
collect.
to is admitting you have a problem. I don't have a problem. Um, so some of my friends out there, they I'm sure they've heard of you, but like what are some of the things you did? Because I want like a permanent record as well, so I can go check out some of the stuff. Because like I know you worked with GURPS
Yes,
and
GURPS.
and some other stuff.
GURPS and Artisolian are the two biggest that I'm associated with.
Any specific GURP product or just the main thing?
GURPS Supers, GURPS
Okay.
IST, GURPS Cyberpunk, a little bit of GURPS Horror, uh, GURPS Martial Arts, probably my big one, uh,
Mm.
GURPS Black Ops, and GURPS Time Travel. And that was about it for me in GURPS. And then I was working a little bit for Mike Poundsmith on Cyberpunk stuff and some of the zine stuff for Cyberpunk at the time. And then got into becoming the Fusion system. And of course, the role playing game masterpiece that is Champions of the New Millennium for the
Oh,
5
really? I forgot about Champions.
for
That was a little rough for me.
yeah, it was trying to do too much. Fusion had some good ideas, but didn't really translate well. And then I bits and bobs of role playing here and there, working on a couple other projects.
The Red Room,
Over
of
the
course.
years, I published my
I,
own
I,
role
I love
playing.
the stuff you did with the Red Room. To be honest, that's most of the stuff that I have of yours, and I absolutely love that. Um,
Wretched Vigilantes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, Real quick, hi to Cal, who, like I said earlier, was in your game for a good
Yeah,
while.
for
I missed that
some
game.
reason. And
That was a really good game. That was one of the better ones. Not
thank you.
gonna lie. And then Janet from Another Planet, who's listening to us while she's at the gym.
Hi, Janet. Thanks for
Thanks. Yes, please hit the like button, and more importantly, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to pass up Venger. I'm like 200 behind him, and he
yeah.
started like a decade before us. You know, and I'm like,
Yeah. Yes. Like, share, subscribe. Help me hit my goal.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You should be way bigger than you are, in my
I,
opinion.
I think I'm a niche of a niche, and my channel's a little, low tech compared to some of the other channels. I don't have a cool opening video or anything, and since I'm apolitical and don't really shout out anybody negatively, well, almost no one negatively. There's
Except the
one.
biggest company in the
There is
hobby.
one individual and one company. So yeah, I understand that I'm not as big as
But
maybe I.
you do some great stuff. Even when you do your walks. I try to catch those, and you do a lot of things for other people. That's why I really wanted to have you on, and try to
Yeah, I think it's important to help other people. That's been my big thing. Beside, since what was it 100 and Saturdays, 130, 115 Saturdays in a row. I think that
Mhm,
I've been doing
mhm.
the shout out thing every Saturday.
Yeah, that alone should like have you like way up there, with the karmic, overload,
You would
of
think
good
so, but
stuff.
nope.
Yeah, yeah. So like I remember the first person who like really, saw some stuff with me and Jackie. Who was the first person to really give you a leg up?
That's
I'm sorry, who?
in what sense? Leg up
Oh,
and
like your channel, like saw you doing the YouTube thing and said, "Hey, uh, check this guy out," or come on the show or anything like that.
um hmm. Well, my first subscriber was Robert McAllister, Games and Anime. Uh,
Okay.
OGGM, did you do art for Pulp Alley? Your icon is very similar. Be the artist who did the art for Pulp Alley. This is a picture done for me by David Oak. It's the alternative cover for Vigilante Art. He's been with me a lot out over the past couple months behind the screen. So yeah. So thank you for recognizing it, and shout out to David Oakham for this wonderful cover that he made for me for free.
Yeah, I want to say one of those characters looks kind of familiar. Just saying, I don't know. I could be
Um,
wrong.
so I guess the first person to help me up YouTube, like the first person to give me a shout out uh, that I was associated with, probably either Miguel and Sylvia or Grim. I guess.
Okay, that's weird because you've I don't know about Grimm. I don't watch his stuff, but I know you're like way. numerically higher than they are.
Um,
Yeah.
so no, I've been pretty much just do it myself. I don't really have any big people who shout out my name on a
Well,
regular basis.
we've got someone here who would like to have you on the show. Janet from Another Planet does the shit show on Friday, I believe it is, and some other really fun shows. I think you'd
Heard,
have a lot of fun
but
hanging out.
if you're talking about me or you're talking about Shadowed, but yes, Janet, I'd love to come on your show. Please just send me the
It
deets.
is. Yeah, she's absolutely talking about you. She don't want me on anywhere near her channel. I'm just nothing but trouble. Um,
But you don't say that. You're awesome. I mean, you help me judge my game because if you're asleep, I know I'm not doing my job.
that was like a one-time thing, man. My weekends are rough.
I
At
understand.
least I haven't pulled a Bruce Lombardo and in the middle of a game got up and went to sleep under the desk where people could hear him snoring. I at least
No, you
have
just did that.
succeeded with like, yeah.
Oh man, missed that one.
It was many years ago, but it was
Yeah.
fun. I think it was on Max Liao's show and did that. I don't think he was in a game. He was like just on the show, but I think he'd been drinking. So
Ah,
there's that. Hey, do you have like a big goal on your bucket list when it comes to gaming? Is there like that one big thing?
uh, no, I have little goals. I mean, I have a ridiculous goal, but since I know it'll never happen, but
Dude, I want to hear it. That's the one I
okay.
want.
My most ridiculous goal, other than maybe winning an award, it would be to have uh, Jessica Nagiri cosplay as Tag to do the intro video for my game.
And Tag is your like number one
Tag is
contender.
the female mascot. She's been around since GURPS, where she with a different name, and she's appeared in one form or another in every one of my products. So she's kind of our mascot. She even shows up more than the goblins. So yeah, that would be my ridiculous is to have the band record my song and the opening song, and during the opening video have Jessica cosplay as Tag. Though she's a little too busty, but still it's Jessica. So we love
Nice,
Jessica.
nice. Yeah.
That's my
Are,
ridiculous goal.
he is on Discord, but he doesn't really use Discord. I'll get him to send some links in just a minute so that we can hook you guys up.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not a big Discord fan. Though I guess I have to start being a Discord person again since everybody's still on Discord. But
Yeah,
I
I,
don't.
I think a lot of those restrictions for other countries. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, it wasn't that. I have a hard time following all the prompts, and I have a hard time with Discord's audio. I can never really hear people for some reason. So, yeah. So I prefer communicating through other methods, but everybody's on Discord still, so it's not the best way to get in touch with me. But I try and check it at least once a day.
Unlike people like me who check it like hourly, but I usually just check the meme section to see if
Uh,
anybody posted anything funny. Speaking of funny, what that's a wizard. What's up, Bo? What's with you and goblins, man? You seem to have like an affinity for the workings of the goblin mind. What's up with that?
I don't really know. Obviously, last year we did that thing for this City Children's Hospital Goblin thing with Jack and the other um, Gobstein people, and hopefully we will do another one. Uh, just goblins to me um, represent chaos, and also the idea that there is one group of individuals out there who are willing to do any job, no matter what, and just the idea goblins don't understand the meaning of the word no. Uh, Plus, having worked in child care, still technically working in child care, when you have a room full of 6-year-olds who, 4, 5 of them have Down syndrome, and just watching chaos of how they make it through life. So a lot of my goblin personalities are based upon kids. So yeah, I decided that a long time ago that goblins would not be evil; they're just mischievous, and they get adventures. On the opposed to my kobolds, who are evil.
Kobolds are evil. Ever since that damn Tucker, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's just got goblins. They're a way to add a little chaos and unpredictability in the game.
Yeah, I noticed you didn't really mention your goblin uh, stuff that you put out.
Well, that was a long time ago. Goblins in space, and yeah, goblins is
Just
yeah.
full
That
of
was some of the
goblins
stuff
with her.
that's some of the stuff I did with Jim, and goblins do show up in Fresno. Uh, but yeah, again, it was a niche of a niche, and there wasn't much of an audience.
Oh yeah.
On goblins
I figured
too. So,
it's mostly just for laughs and
yeah,
things like that. But that's one thing I've always liked about hanging out with you is you're not afraid to be goofy and stuff like that. Whereas damn near everybody else I know, they want absolute seriousness. That's
yeah,
why it's such like a for me and Grandma and Mike and Jen and Cal too. I assume. That it was such a breath of fresh air, hanging
thank you.
out on every other Saturdays, where we nobody was taking anything even remotely too serious. We had our serious moments. Don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of great like sci-fi and fantasy comedies that I really love. I've been watching Venture Brothers nonstop
Yeah,
for the last couple of months. I finally got to watch the end of it, and that was one of the things I loved about it so much was that it looked at all this serious Johnny Quest and superheroes
yeah.
and just said, you know what, let's turn it on its ear and not not take ourselves too seriously. Uh, you can just be yourself on Janet's show. She says, yeah, she has a really fun show, and I think you guys have hit it off pretty well.
Sure.
I will be on the show. It's just like I know you do the Friday show, Janet, but that's one of my most engraved in stone games. So that's rough. Although when my players, let me know ahead of time, I'll try and hit you up. Otherwise, it's going to be some other. Yeah. And Cal says, unfortunately for Saturday afternoons, I just need to do other things like work in his garden
Still working in a
and
garden.
farm.
It's almost a year. It must be a really big.
Oh, it's more of a farm. He calls it a garden, but
No
it's a
problem. No problem, Cal.
farmer
Always looking
Cal.
for the person who wants to join. But
Yes, Harvey
my goofy,
Birdman was another good one.
my goofy
Uh,
style is not for everyone, which is fine.
and yeah, but I think that everybody could use a break, from the the drudgery or the grim dark or whatever, especially uh, we play like RPGs to get away from the real shit,
Yes, I do, anyways.
right? And it just seems a lot of people, I mean, comedies, TVs, movies, whatever, just for just that reason to get away and get a laugh where you might not otherwise get one. And I know I speak for Cal and Grandma and Mike and Jen that
Hopefully, I don't
we have
know. I mean,
laughed our
that's
asses
like
off.
I like to think people are enjoying themselves. I would say my style is
And
very
we're laughing with you, not at you.
gonzo and over the top because, well, D&D has gone so over the top. It's not serious. It's not. It's ridiculous. Since day one.
Ever since AD&D, I think the white box, and you're right, even for white box, there was a lot of especially if you read the old Dragon magazines and the other magazines and hear about character groups going in and slaying rooms full of ancient red dragons. We killed eight ancient red dragons and 17 Balrogs in this dungeon. I'm like, what? Oh, come on! They must have been Uh, pushovers, or you guys are like ridiculously
Well,
oh,
yeah, Monty Hall Gaming, stuff like God. It was some ridiculous stuff, but that's fine. I mean, you either appreciate my style or you don't appreciate my style. I will help you find
Janet's in more
somebody
games than I am now. Holy crap. Well, I'm taking a break. I was in a game hey, what's up, Sean? I was in a game every day except Wednesday up until this month.
I'm only in
Uh,
one right now, two, one and a half.
and yeah, I'm trying to do some other stuff. Um, so which one of your projects are you most proud of? What is the thing like? you hope that right now uh, that people will, when they hear your name, think of.
Well, obviously, being the only superhero role playing game for Shadow Dark until somebody else makes one, that's I guess sort of a roundabout way to be proud. Uh, if somebody mentions my stuff back to me, it's always fun, a bit of a giggle, or say they recognize my name from something.
Hmm.
You know, gaming wise, yeah, I mean, there's stuff I'm proud of, but it's not like over the moon egotistical. It's just like, hey, I did that, and if
Hmm.
people, then I did my job. I guess of all the little things I've done. It's probably my Saturday shout outs. That's the one that really brings me the most joy, knowing that I'm helping other channels and stuff like that.
I would have to agree with the Saturday thing, because it's not about you; it's
No,
about other people, and I truly think that that's the most important thing.
yeah, well,
You know,
like I said when I started it, there was a lot of people out there who were, making negative channels and posting video after video about horrible, how
I,
horrible
I,
one
I
was.
I just can't get on board with that. When it comes to gaming, other things, absolutely. You know, I can get a kick out of people doing stupid stuff. And then people sharing that with us, because if someone was dumb enough to let themselves get filmed doing something dumb, they deserve to
Yeah, I mean,
have people
that's
point it.
okay, but just purposely going out to hate post on others. So
Yeah, I don't. I
positive.
don't.
You
I
I,
mean, that's it, right? I mean, especially from a group of people who said we were the most inclusive,
yeah,
group of gamers, etc. Which I think is still true. I've never, said no, you can't come to my game because you're this or that. It's your performance. If you suck at the table or you're disruptive or something like that, then yeah, we'll try to fix that behavior. And then if not, yeah, you're not coming back. But I wanted to ask this question about, because some of my friends who are into superhero games think that a level based superhero game is not the way to go.
I disagree.
I I have to agree with you. I like level based games, not just because I'm an endorphin junkie, but I think it does in so many superhero progressions in the stories that superheroes start out one way and you get to issue 500, and a lot of times they're very different. A lot of
Yes,
times they don't change at all,
yeah.
but I
Superheroes'
do
powers are based upon the writer at the time.
exactly. So there is that sort of always uh uh one upping the previous artist. Let's make so and so, give them a new power, a new look, a new
Yeah.
costume. You
Yes.
know, and skill levels. Peter Parker from the beginning to now. I even remember who was it? Because I was reading Spider-Man, issue one, not because I had an issue one, because I had the paperback that had all 10
Mhm.
issues in it back in the day. So I knew what Peter was like as a first level superhero. But then I remember this issue where Spider-Man damn near just beat the snot out of this fire guy. I forget who he was because he beat the crap out of Captain America, and Spidey just lost it, and they had to like pull him off. Do you remember that?
No, but that doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
I
And
remember,
to me,
not a big thing anymore.
I know like Bear, he'd be like issue this. But it was like I realized it's like he has come a long way to the point where he's gone up some levels. Because I was playing. Obviously I played V and V, and that's still sorry my favorite superhero game.
That's
I
fine.
lo- I love the way the powers like and stats can morph an old power into something even more like going up levels like with flight and agility.
Mhm.
You can have your regular flight, but then as soon as your agility gets up to like, or I think it's your agility, or something gets up to a certain point, suddenly you can fly faster than the speed of light.
Yes.
That's a whole new freaking ball game, right?
Hmm.
That's despite being impossible, it just So I like the level based thing, and of course I played a crap ton of Palladium Heroes Unlimited.
Heroes Limited.
It was it was a good system, but I noticed that you kind of tend to do the sort of lower level heroes, lower
This one is
powered heroes.
definitely lower level heroes. I mean, there are some alternative rules for high level in there, but yeah, it's mostly a low level hero game. Level based seems to fit. I mean, I was basing it on a level based system, but I did
Right.
GURPS Supers, and that was a point based and stuff like that. So, uh,
Yeah, I
and I've
well,
done
honestly,
Fusion, and I did
I'm
a
torn because I really
I did
do
a point based
see.
supers. I've played point based supers. I've played champs, which I never understood. I played GURPS Supers, obviously, and a couple other point based systems, um, including the bizarre point based version of the V&V that Jeff made. I think four supers, especially four color over the top style, I think level works better, at least for me, because the progression is more obvious and apparent opposed to the point base, and I feel it flows better. Point based supers feels clunky, but yes, I know Champions is the number one superhero role playing game, and a lot of people like it.
Yeah, yeah, you can't post links here, folks. Only I can, and
Okay.
OG is going to send me a link where people can get a hold of him easiest in just a
Well,
moment.
on
Right?
my channel, yeah. OGGM Adventures at youtube.com is always the best to get in touch with me, or OGGM Adventures.
It's a beautiful time to be alive. It is OGGM versus Bear. Have you ever had any interactions with Bear the Gen X GM?
We've spoken, I think, twice. Not a, once, twice, but no, not really.
What's up, that Angel? Yeah, I think you guys should get along. What's up, Cake? In a lot of ways, he can be, intimidating, but don't let that get to you.
It's hard to
Uh,
intimidate me, but
well, I've noticed with some people, he seems to do that. Not me either. I mean, we've been pals for a while, um, and I like with Janet here. I like getting people to like my friends be friends with my other
yeah,
friends. You know, even if I'm not involved, go have some fun. Go do something.
same,
That way
yeah.
when they come to like my table together, they can do stuff
Yeah,
like everybody knows. Like if I'm running a game or I'm in a show or something, I'm gonna have to get up and go do something. Always, I know it's very unprofessional and people probably hate it, but sometimes the old guys got to do stuff. Sometimes it's not me, it's family, and they want me to whatever, or the dog or whatever, and I'll get up and I'll come back, and my friends are like talking, doing stuff, making jokes and stuff, and that's the best, because I've been in other environments where. They don't act like friends even though they're in the same game. They don't like how's it going, how's the wife and kids, any of that. It's just like very sterile, and I don't have as much fun. Yeah, there you go, folks. That's how to get a hold of OG Illuminati. Yes, the Illuminati is messing with his sound, but uh,
I
what are we gonna
apologize.
do? Right? It's okay. You're kind of famous for that. I mean, you and Bloodworth had. I think all of your issues could have been solved with better sound, but
Probably, yeah.
Cal had the same issue. He still has the same issue. His sound is crap, but he's been in my game for over a year now. We're going to be looking at a year and a half soon, and I would never kick the guy. From anything. He's got some knowledge that I wish he had his own channel. I mean, I honestly wish everybody had his channel except this guy, freaking Mobius. What are you doing, man? How's it going?
Hiding movies. I mean, YouTube channel is free. You can make a channel, talk about anything. People will watch you, maybe people won't.
So, what do you think has been like your biggest inspiration in what you do? Like, when making stuff, was there like one thing is like that that light came on? It's like I'm gonna make my own this or that.
Uh, I have had a couple inspirations. My inspiration to start doing my YouTube Mount Rushmore. Obviously, number one was Hank from Hammer. Number two was the Woo and Justin Scard and the video doing, which has nothing to do with gaming, but still they inspired me. And of course, as I mention almost every Saturday, Iron Mouse was one of my inspirations to do this thing and try and reach people out. And I said to myself, if she can do what she's accomplishing, considering everything she has going against her, I can make a couple stupid videos of role playing games.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Hank, obviously, my family, people who I gamed the past. My friend Aaron, who did all the goblin art, was a huge inspiration to me. Uh, People I've gamed with the past. So yeah, you're my inspiration, Shadow. No, not really. Yeah, I
Well,
have
well,
my RPG
what
heroes.
what's the grumpy the GM grumpy at
Oh,
Gmail?
that's
Is that you?
the email for people who want to get in touch with me.
Okay,
That's
because
the that's the
okay,
business email
okay, I'm gonna put that in the chat as well.
of the yeah.
Um, so people interested can send you stuff. Hopefully, it's good stuff and not weird stuff. Because Lord knows, I've had my share about that.
That's what the spam folder's for. Yeah, feel free to reach out to me. And if you've got a product you want me to review, I will do a bad review.
So what about like when it comes to uh, creating your fiction? What were your sources for that inspiration
For the fiction of Vigilantes for Shadowdark,
or gaming in general?
the
Like
story
like
for Vigilantes for Shadowdark, and the story for my gaming, both come from lots of places. For Shadowdark, for this one, it was a series of films and studying up on the various experiments that have been conducted over the years. Well, I mean, hypothetically, they never actually happened. The government completely denies them. But from Area 51
mm-hmm.
to the MK Ultra experiments to
Mm-hmm.
Project Stargate to the various attempts to make real super beings. Uh, so the very initial idea for exploring this world was, well, what if they actually succeeded?
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know if anybody remembers, there was a series of films in the 90s, 2000s that sort of were a super universe, but not really. There was a film called Push,
Right.
for Lucy and Limitless, and several others, Chronicle, Section Code 8, that all explored the same basic idea of normal people getting superpowers um, through either chemical or aliens or whatever. So all those are linked together to make the story of what has actually happened and what if they're. So yeah, that's the story behind Vigilantes that I'm still exploring.
What did you think of the TV show Heroes?
Of those I saw, I really enjoyed it. I need to get around to watching it again. It's on Zon, I think. So
Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of that. That was, when I first tried my hand at superheroes, one of the first things I wanted to like get rid of, just because I wanted to get other people into it, and was the tights. A lot of people just like the first thing I would hear, is the underwear on the outside tights jokes. Obviously, they not knowing where that actually came from,
yeah,
which was the
Circus
old
Tournament.
circus days and things like that. So I said, okay, there's no super suits, okay, yet, because I knew that if they started doing the thing, they would be like, hey, you know what? I need an outfit that doesn't catch on fire or
Yeah,
that can stretch or whatever, and they'd figure it out that hey, not only that, but wearing something that's like weird and gaudy gets the attention of the bad guys and takes the attention away from the normal people that could be victims. So eventually they would get to that, and
Yeah.
heroes was the first thing that really helped me, kind of work that. I noticed like here on the 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 image you've got there, a couple characters. Uh, I want to say two and a half because the guy in the Franciscan monk outfit, not so much. I mean, you might bump into one of those guys, but probably not here in the States. And the old fedoras. Mine's not here. My cowboy hat's here, but I love that look. We were just talking about that the other day. We wish people would dress like that again, bring that back. Actually
you?
dress up to
Yeah.
go outside.
Yeah.
Leave the pajamas at home. Just saying. I swear, man. If my parents uh, would have realized, back in the day, they would have given me a lot less trouble for the way I did dress when I did dress, funny, or so said, Um, but
I
yeah,
guess I don't know. I mean, fashion changes, and
yeah,
a
yeah,
couple of years from now, the look will be completely different. So,
probably.
however, most of the kids all dressed all in black. So,
Yes, Janet. He runs a game every other Saturday when you're playing, from 1 to 4 Pacific Standard Time.
yep,
But you
always
can
looking
you
for more
can
players.
you can go and look and watch his channel and watch his videos. But I thought this was only a California thing, man.
No, other people. I mean, I have to open up eventually if I want to start running the
No,
other games besides that one.
no, no, just as Californians, man. Yeah,
Oh, that
Janet,
was the original experiment. My
it
theory
worked
that
out. Worked
like
out,
different than
because one of these days, we're in the same freaking state. I know it's like being states apart, because how big California is. But one of these days, you guys are all going to meet up somewhere for dinner on me, Cal and Mike and Jen and Grandma and you and me, because like none of us are getting any younger.
no, I'm not
Uh,
getting any younger.
yeah, I think you're not the oldest in the group, but you're pretty dang close, right, Cal?
60 in
Uh,
August, so yeah.
I turned 59 this month. Not going to say when, but 59. I never thought I'd make it this far.
No, me
Uh,
either.
but assuming we all get to live a whole bunch more years, what do you got going on in the future? What are you working on? What's your next
Uh,
big?
the next one I hope to finish is The Whale. That'll be a fantasy setting. I don't know what for system. It might just be an OSR fantasy setting. Could be Shadow Dark. I kind of want to work with Richard on Rudiger's Almanac. That one's really inspiring me. And then I've got the Fresno Field Guide that I'm working on. And then probably cycle back to supers to either do something with Victor and ammo box or an OSR more 4-color one. I'd like to do running some games of Shadow Dark. I'd like to play more. I don't know. I don't have big, where do you see yourself in 5-year goals?
Oh, okay, okay.
I have,
Oh,
small little, can I make it to the end of the week without having a goals? I'd love my
okay.
channel to hit 3 grand. I'd love the game to sell more, so I could
Mhm.
say it's a job
Right, right.
and be able to live off of my limited income a little more and know that people actually appreciate it. But like I said, goals, and if those goals aren't met by certain dates, it's not a success, and I'd move on.
Mhm.
Not gonna
Do you,
bemoan.
do you remember? Here, let me pull it out. I got it right here. Someone actually sent me this. You might remember it. I was talking about it and how difficult it is to find. Do you remember this?
Yes.
Okay, you remember how it was formatted? It's a world setting, but it literally had the conversion breakdown rules for various systems.
Yes.
Even Traveler of all
Yes.
things. That was one of the things that made me get it originally when I was a youngster. I did enjoy the books, but I only made it to the first two or
Yeah, it was
three,
one of those shared world things where they had like different authors.
which
Yes.
which was amazing. Um, Have you thought about doing something like that? Like for one of your worlds, and it'll pad it a little, obviously, but make like conversions, because I could see, uh, like Traveler and several other modern to superhero or even fantasy games
Well, I
conversion.
mean, it's D20, so it should be easy to convert to anything. Uh, there's nothing specifically to Shadow. Oh, you can't use this in any other game. Shadow, you know, D20. Um, other than that, I don't know. I mean, I never thought of it, of making a crossover. I mean, not sure what I'd do to make it different than it is now, to convert it to other systems. I suppose. Yeah, no, I've never thought of it. I mean, if people are interested in something like that, I guess they'd let me know. Um, the next one, I think, will be Shadow Dark. It would just be more general D20, and then other systems maybe.
Yes, Janet, the games are live every other Saturday, but I'm 100% certain you're in a Saturday game.
Join.
Mhm. Have you ever thought of doing with Traveler? There's two reasons I brought that out, not just to show it off. Bear. You ever thought of doing any collaborative work besides the stuff you've done,
I would
or
love
did
to collaborate. I'm always looking for people to collaborate. I want to do as little work as possible. Especially for the behind this, I mean, the technical stuff. That's my hard part. I would love to find an artist who would do stuff with me. I would love to find somebody who could help make the stuff published correctly, so I don't have to Affinity and Word, all the stuff.
well, next time you're working on something and you need like more cool equipment, let me know. That's like
I
one
mean,
of my
the
specialties.
stuff that Jim did, was great because he would set everything out and it looked pretty. Um,
Mhm.
I have
I'm
a
not
lot of
so good at the art end
yeah,
of things.
all that stuff. I would love to have. My ultimate goal, as I've said, is that somebody will just hire me to do the world building, the research, and they'll do everything else. And even if it means I make less money, it's not about the money; it's about the headaches.
Hey, Grandma, speak of the devil.
Just it's nightmaring for me some days to arguing with Affinity to get something to look the way it does. I hope it looks good. The OGGM Comics Most Wanted is all in Affinity. It's my first Affinity product. People have seen it and they can tell me if it looks good or not. The next one will also be Affinity because apparently Affinity is the thing. You have to be Affinity. I
I'm
have
not
you
sure.
on Sunday once a month now, OGGM. Awesome. A wonderful time last night, Death Angels, with you and talking about things I had no idea what you were talking about. But hey, it was fun to hang out.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I
And you
only
can
met.
tell me about Tennessee since I'm so fascinated with Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and Dollywood. I know that's not your part, but still, it's definitely on my travel bucket list someday.
Yeah, I not much for traveling other than uh, getting out of California so I can open a store. It's just impossible where I live.
Yeah, I don't know, a game store. No, I don't think a strict game store would work anymore. Well, thank you. I think if you're talking about me, if you're not, well, thank you anyways.
Of course she is. She's not talking about me. I'm boring as hell. I've never done anything. I'm the laziest guy I've ever met, but the luckiest guy also. So maybe that's interesting. Because yeah, anyways, yeah, folks. Go check out his stuff. Go, if you ever uh, need a good laugh or want to see how a game can be run without being so dang serious and worrying about for perfect example, grandma and every one of us have lost I've probably lost more characters in your games than I
I
have
think Grandma holds the record, but
in
that's not her fault. That's all of your faults. You don't stop her.
but I've seen a lot of people like lose a character and they're done. They,
Yep.
they lose one
Yep.
character with a
Take
new group and they're out. They just assume that
Yeah,
whatever.
I've
And
seen so many people get so upset over it. Like adult men crying over.
I've never seen that, but I've seen some fisticuffs.
Oh
I've
yeah,
seen some thrown dice. I've seen some
table
upturned
flipping.
tables. Oh my god, that is just like you're serious. You
Yeah,
just did.
I mean, maybe it's just my dyslexic, autistic brain, but for me, it's like it's a piece of paper with numbers on it. It's not important. Oh no, my piece of paper with numbers on it died. Hold on, I'm gonna change the name. Here's a new piece of paper with numbers on it.
Admittedly, I do understand the getting attached to characters, and wanting to be able to play them more to a certain point, because I think that's the rarest thing
Yeah,
when
I
you
love all my characters I've ever made. But I also think it's funny as heck when they die because it's usually my fault. But I'm not gonna break down and tell somebody, out of your game because you killed Thundar the Third. It's like, okay, I'll just, um, yeah. I mean, when TJ killed my all-time favorite character, I got upset for like 20 minutes, and then I was like, all right, I'm ready for my new character. Because of course, I also believe it's because it's fantasy. If you really, 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 really want the character to come back, you will find a way to bring the character back. Might take years, TJ.
Mhm. Especially in the superhero genre, which I don't really see that much, upsetness, people losing it or anything like
Are we
that in the
talking about
superhero.
fans? No, fans get really upset when they kill a comic book character. The guy who killed Spider-Man got death threats.
Really? See,
Sorry about Spider-Man dying in Spider-Man.
I, I don't, I don't follow comic books like I used to, so I didn't know that. I didn't know Spider Man was dead.
Oh, he's
Uh,
everybody dies. He's died at least
right,
once.
right. I mean,
They come
and,
back. Nobody stays dead in comics.
right, fantasy RPGs and other RPGs, I get that, but uh, I mean, even then, a good GM should be able to find a way to grant them their wish, but at the same time make them wish they never made the wish, which I think is pretty fun. I had one of my favorite characters a long time ago, who's a bard, old school, fighter, then thief, then
Yes,
bard.
do a video about that today.
Oh really? Oh really? Well, you could mention my undead bard who was killed by a wraith or a specter or something. It was like the fifth character I lost that day, and all of those characters were like 10th, 11th, 15th level characters. Boom, 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 boom. Five characters in one day. Last one was my bard, and got turned into an undead bard that would roam the countryside with his electric guitar, playing. This was pre Iron Maiden days. So I thought it was kind of funny when I first saw my first Iron Maiden album cover. I'm like, hey, that's my character, man. Oh, hold on. I'm back backed up on your comments. Grandma is listening while cleaning the kitchen at work. Uh, Bo says GM shouldn't say, "Are you sure you want to do that?" GM should say, "You want to do what?" Hell yeah! Roll the dice.
Yep.
Let's see.
You want to cast what spell? All right, go for it. Let's see what happens. You want to send the wizard down the dark, trap-filled hallway? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, go for it. Yeah, I don't know who Miles Morales is, so we sent a
I like
game.
Miles. I guess I'm alone in liking Miles, but
I just don't know who he is. We said we sent two games to, I think
two
you meant
games to hell.
hell, when we were playing with
Yeah,
Matt
talking about
Roma.
going for it and seeing what happens. Yeah.
I don't know who Matt is either.
No, it was a DM I played with for a long time here, but he moved to Tennessee too. So
I'm trying, Cal. He was your character. No, no, I was a 14-year-old kid. They didn't know who the hell I was And I didn't know who Iron Maiden was. I just had an undead bard who happened to play electric guitar because the GM was, your stereotypical uh, long-haired Rush fan who thought he could sing and blah blah blah. And, uh, just I don't know. He was a good GM. He just a little too into Rush. You ever met those GMs that put like a little too much of that one thing in their game?
Yeah.
Their one influence.
Me and goblins, yes.
I mean like specifically like the equivalent of like Spider-Man or Rush or something that's like everything is just yeah, no, don't do that, guys. Uh, we got a lot of Miles Morales fans here apparently. Is he an artist or a writer? Well, what's the deal?
He's the other Spider-Man. It's hard to explain.
Oh, okay. The one with the hood from back in the day with the hoodie,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Black costume with the hoodie.
I was thinking the red and blue.
Yeah, that's Miles. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I vaguely that was like right around when I was getting out of the comic book business, and I stopped working for a comic book store, so I stopped buying comic books as much. And then I went into one, and I'm like, they wanted like $5 for an issue, and I'm like, you're high. You seriously?
5 is pretty reasonable by today's prices.
Oh, really? Mind you, this was a few years ago. Uh, but yeah, it's just like I can literally buy like a crap ton of like old comics to fill in slots for that kind of money. But then again, I'm cheap. He's the other Spider-Man. Yeah, I haven't watched a Spider-Man movie since the one with Mysterio,
Hmm.
who I loved as a kid, and I kind of did not like what they did in that movie. But that's me. I'm old. And yes, I know they go together, but they shouldn't be like the entire basis. I did the same thing. I took like I made a villains and vigilantes world using all of not all of, but a crap ton of Judas Priest like song titles to make super villains, and it worked out. But it was very cheesy, very immature. So I know what I'm talking about. A little bit of one thing from here, a little bit of thing from there, right?
Yep.
So, anything else you got coming up this week, this month that we should know
This
about?
week, let's see. On the 21st, I believe I will be on Pop's channel talking about Ferris Bueller with Doncaster and Pops. Uh, then
But sorry, you broke up. What channel?
Pops, he does a movie. He's got a movie channel where he talks about movies and stuff like that. And they've invited me to come on the 21st, I believe, to talk about Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So that's probably got once a month with Death Angel, I guess. I've got
Cool.
my Saturday, every other Saturday game with you guys. I've
Yep.
got the Vultureverse with E on Saturdays also.
The
Uh,
Vultureverse.
yeah, I don't have doing V&V Bloodworth. I think every couple of weeks.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
this
Cool.
weird
Cool.
one-on-one thing he has going. I'd like to put more. I'd like to run more. I'd like to be able to fit projects more.
Oh, well, what's keeping you
No,
back from running
my,
the game?
my gaming life is always short spurts. I don't really plan long time ahead. Things I'd like to happen. I have less ideas, but I don't have plans.
What's holding you back from running more games?
No audience. Time's tough. I don't like being on the computer a lot.
Good
And
for
everybody's
you.
on the
Good for
computer,
you.
everybody's in different time zones. By the time everybody's getting ready to game is about the time I'm shutting down for the night,
Hmm.
because I'm up at 3 o'clock every morning to start my other job stuff. So by 6, I'm like, I can't do computers anymore. But I think I need to probably run more if I find the right, I suppose. We'll see.
Okay,
Never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
that's fair. That's fair. Well, I like you said, I know you don't like being on the computer, so we're going to say adios until we meet
Well, I'm on
again.
the computer, 3 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock, between
Yeah, see
real life, my
that
other job, and gaming stuff.
yeah,
So by
3 o'clock.
5,
I'm just getting to bed at 3 o'clock. So
3 a.m. Yeah, that's usually when
when I
I'm up.
saw that response at 4 a.m., I'm like, what the shit? I didn't know you were such a party animal at 4 a.m. Oh no,
I
you
should,
just wake
yeah, I'm up
up.
at 3. I'm still on preschool time, so up at 3. First nap
That's
like 6, second nap after lunch, bed at 10. The life of here in Fresno, Nevada, we just live a slower pace.
yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I still gotta do the dad thing soon. Soon the boy will be out. We'll be dealing with the empty nest, and maybe then it'll slow down. All right, man. It was good talking to you one on one.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Please, if you can have a chance to
You
subscribe
ever
to the
want to come
channel.
back, chill something, or rant about something, or
I don't like to rant. We save Saturdays for with Double D. Please check us
and
out.
also, I do live streams. You ever see one and you want to pop in, dude? Just go to the top of my Discord, or hit me up. Say, hey, can I jump in? You're always welcome to hang out
Thank you.
with.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's a key to growth and meeting new people is
Yes. Yes. I'm
just
fighting
throw
my
yourself
natural
out
inclination to be a hockey.
there, hermit.
Yeah, her.
Yeah. We'll get you to come out of that shell one of these days.
I like Michelle. But yeah, yeah. Craig and I are both on school time, so she knows.
Uh, yeah, I can't do that. I been retired too long. I'm set in my ways when it comes to up and downs. But all right, man. I will see you
Sure.
hopefully
Thank you.
sooner than two
Well, you'll
weeks
see me Saturdays, and
on.
other than that, maybe we'll be
Well,
invited
yeah,
to the same game
yeah, but
tomorrow. You
every
never
other
know.
it's 2 weeks, man. I mean, uh, that's rough because the every other week games are like
Yeah, but you guys have things on Saturdays, so I'm making my schedule around you because you're
I
doing
know,
me the favor of showing up.
I know. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
My favorite a from the mythical. Okay, smart guy. My favorite AI from the mythical town of Fresno, Nevada.
I'm not an AI anymore. Apparently, that ended. Sorry,
Oh
Bob.
yeah,
You're a conspiracy behind. I am no longer an AI.
yeah.
It's amazing
I
some of the things that individual says about me.
yeah. I've seen you not in person, but I've seen you, and I'm pretty darn certain you're not an AI.
I am no longer an AI. I was, but apparently
So you evolved into what is it? Uh, GAI or general intelligence?
I guess I don't know. Uh, the same genius who said I can't walk to work because nobody in California really walks to work also said he's an AI. He's not a real person. He's not a real person. All right, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right. I don't live in California. I live in a small island off the coast of Costa Rica where we experiment on dinosaurs. More people
take care,
believe
bro. I'll
that,
see you later.
but that's a story.
Thanks, everybody. You guys all have yourself a great day. It's still early. It's still Monday. Get the
Yep.
whole week ahead of us.
Yep.
I will see you guys later on down the road.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Please like, share, please subscribe. Please buy my stuff. All
Always a pleasure, bro.
right. Thank you.